Hello and welcome to Church at Home with Rachel for Thursday, the 13th of April. So, yesterday I had kind of a heavy topic talking about what if God was trans. So, today I want to talk about something a little happier. As a matter of fact, I want to talk about just that. I want to talk about happiness and what that might mean. I got thinking, I don't know why, the other day I got thinking about needing a happy hour. You know, when you go to a local pub or a bar and they have that like from 4 to 6 or something where they have like half price cocktails or something, and it's called happy hour. And essentially it means everybody's going to get drunk. Um, it kind of seems kind of silly, but we've got this idea that when you're of a certain age and of a certain demographic, that to be happy you need to go and imbibe, have a drink. That's hooey. You know, I don't really drink. I have maybe in the summer I'll have 3 or 4 cold beer all summer, and occasionally I'll have a glass of wine with dinner if it's being served or it's a fancy meal someplace. But for the most part, I really just don't drink. It doesn't turn my crank. However, there's lots of people who do, and lots of people who participate in happy hour just by having happy appies, the appetizers. That I can do. A good mozzarella stick or a deep fried pickle. Like, whoever invented those must have been a very, very happy person. Jalapeno poppers, not so much. But I'm not a spicy kind of girl. But I got thinking about that whole happy hour thing. And in the military, they have this thing called TGIF or TGIT. So everybody knows what TGIF is. Thank God it's Friday. In some places, they have what's called TGIT. Thank God it's Thursday. Because after work on Friday, people want to go home. They want to be with their families. Their families want them to be with them. So the messes or the places where the soldiers can go and hang out, play pool, have a drink, have a coffee, just chat with each other, not worried about working, just relaxing. Well, often in Canadian bases, they may have a TGIT or a TGIF, but it's TGIT, where they have snacks and they have tour prizes, and people just hang out together from their own unit, or they get to see other people from other units, and they chat together and everything. And in some cases, it's sort of encouraged that you go. It's some people think of it as forced and forced, not frivolity, but forced friendships. Like you got to go together, and it's just another hour on the workday. When we were in Borden, every once in a while, the wives would be invited to go, and that was kind of cool because they'd have a theme, and we would go, and it would be have special appetizers and things like that, and it was kind of fun to get to see people in that element. But that happy hour, that TGIT thing, is what it's meant to do, even if it sometimes gets morphed into something else, is it's meant to bring together in a more relaxed atmosphere where people can just relax and laugh and get to know each other and be together without having to work. Fantastic. I love that hour, that idea. But then I got thinking about, like, priests, we don't have happy hours. Like, I don't even have any colleagues. I am the only paid person in my parishes. Um, so if I want to go out for happy hour on a Thursday or Friday, I'd be sitting at a bar by myself, and that would just be kind of sad. That would not look good in a small town, would it? There's the priest, the Anglican priest, sitting at the bar, throwing one back all by herself. Not a good image. Um, but I got thinking, what if we had happiness hours? What if we intentionally worked toward moving away from this idea of highballs and Manhattans and peanuts and popcorn on the bar, to moving toward intentionally having pockets of time where we celebrate happiness and we participate in happiness. I don't know if you can hear it right now, but Dude is having a happiness hour right now himself. His happiness is in sleeping and snoring louder than a buzzsaw. I apologize. um, but really, wouldn't it be cool if we had happiness hours? Think about it for like your kids, if you've got kids or grandkids. Think about like Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock. You know, it's that time of it's not quite dinner time, and kids have been outside playing all day, and it's just sort of that wrapping up before dinner, and so whatever tasks or chores you've been doing, they're kind of a 3 o'clock on Saturday, 3 4 o'clock. Yeah, not my favorite time. I'm always a little bit tired, and it's neither here nor there. What if people just sort of en masse said, you know what, 3 to 4 o'clock on Saturday is going to be happiness hours at Grandpa's house. Everybody's going to sit up on the couch and we're going to read a book together, or we're going to put in a movie, and we're going to spoil our appetites, and we're going to have popcorn and Kool-Aid, and we're going to laugh our fool heads over watching Mrs. Doubtfire. That was an intentional reference because of yesterday's topic. Anyway, What would happen if adults, instead of saying, let's get together at the local bar at 5 o'clock on Friday, said, why don't we go to the park and somebody bring a soccer ball and we'll just kick it around for an hour. We'll have happiness hour. We'll laugh. We'll tell stories. We'll chat. We'll check in with each other and just find out how things are going. Or if you're an introvert, read Rachel, big introvert, what if happiness hour, especially in the last couple of weeks, I've been between being sick and busier than a one-armed paper hanger, or as they say, a one-legged man in a butt kicking contest. What if happiness hour was just give yourself one full hour where you take a completely frivolous book, not a book you have to read for work, nothing you have to read for education purposes, but just a book just purely to dive in and be entertained. Maybe a good comedy or something if you really like terror movies like or horror stories, something where you completely get absorbed in the story for 1 hour. You can still have popcorn and Kool-Aid, or with me it would probably be a cup of tea. But curl up there and get right into your book for 1 hour, knowing that for 60 blessed minutes you have given yourself the gift of happiness. What would our lives look like if we all participated in a happiness hour once a week, a couple times a week, better yet, once a day? Wouldn't that be amazing? A happiness hour for us to do that which makes us happy. That would be the sole purpose. For those of you who are purpose driven, you must have some purpose for what you're doing. Your purpose is to make yourself happy, to participate in being happy. What do you think? There's an idea. I think it's in April they have Earth Day, and that at one hour after dusk they ask that everybody in the whole country, turn off all your electricity, and we all sit in the dark for 1 hour with no electricity, no TV, no radios, no nothing. Um, some people sit on their front porch, some people put on candles and read, some people play board games, some people take it as an opportunity for that happiness hour. What if we had a national happiness hour, like the longest day of the year on like June 21st or whenever it is? We all said, between 8 and 9 o'clock at night, we're going to sit on our front porches and we are going to be happy together. Wouldn't that be cool? National Happiness Hour. I like that. Anyway, think about it. It's hump day, right? It's Wednesday. No, it isn't. It's Thursday. So we're past hump day. But we're not quite at the weekend yet. You're probably ready for a good happiness moment, a moment to pick you up. So give yourself permission to have a happiness hour, or even if just a happiness 5 minutes today. But build it into your life. Build in some moments where all you're doing is simply allowing yourself to be happy. No guilt allowed. What do you think? Have a great day. I've already had my happiness hour. This has been kind of cool recording this, but I think I'll take time to have a bit of different happiness hour. I've got a book I really want to dive into later on today. Have a wonderful day. God bless you. I will see you again tomorrow for Church at Home with Rachael.